Now, Lindsay, very quickly, let's touch on the special appropriations bill in as far as Eskom is concerned. How much money is actually being allocated to Eskom this year? What's the Finance Minister likely to say?
Good morning, Chloe. I've just gotten a hold of that bill that will be tabled in the House within the hour. Tito Mboweni expected to ask the House to approve the 26 billion rand in this financial year out of this budget, which Parliament is set to pass later today, and then a further 33 billion rand in the following financial year. But what he's quite clear on in this bill is that he's not just handing over money. You know that Eskom already received 17 billion rand in April that the Minister signed off on under emergency circumstances under the Public Finance Management Act. This, as I said, is a special bill which I'm holding right now, and he has imposed conditions that have to be met by Eskom. He doesn't say what those conditions are, but he is going to impose conditions on Eskom, so he's not just going to hand over the money, and then he's also allowed, according to this bill, to impose conditions after that money has been handed over that Eskom will have to meet. Importantly, also to note in this bill is that at any time he can stop that money from being transferred if those conditions that he imposes are not met, and the National Treasury will have to come to Parliament and report to the Standing Committee on Finance why it is stopping that money, and if for any reason Eskom doesn't use up the money, it will have to be returned to the public purse.
So very stringent requirements around this money being handed to the power utility. Lindsay, talk to us about other important appropriations that will likely come, because Eskom might not just be the only one.
Yes, well, the Appropriations Committee only met on Friday to discuss appropriations being made, and so there's also going to be a little bit of the Chief Whip of the Majority Party will have to ask for a certain rule in the House to be suspended, because a certain amount of time has to pass before Parliament can pass a budget after the Appropriations Committee has considered that report. All a little bit complicated, I know. But in that committee, very importantly, there were lots of concern about all the other state-owned enterprises, as far as we know, not receiving bailouts immediately, but concerns as to what happens with them. SABC, we know again, Denel not able to pay salaries again, it's indicated this month. But what is very important to note, and something that committee was very unhappy about when they looked through the report that will be tabled ahead of the budget debate today, is that money will be transferred from the Passenger Rail Agency, PRASA, to SANRAL, and that is essentially to bail out the e-toll system, the Gauteng improvement project, as we know, that impasse over who's going to pay for e-tolls, and a lot of unhappiness in that committee that money that is meant to be used to improve the rail system, which we know is in such dire need of help, also to buy new trains, that money of about 2 billion rand is going to go to SANRAL because of the huge debts incurred there for motorists refusing to pay up.
Very interesting indeed. Thank you very much, Lindsay Dentlinger, giving us a brief outline of what's likely to come out of that special appropriations bill that is going to be tabled before Parliament by the Finance Minister.